And I call the member for Fisher.
Thanks, Madam Deputy Speaker. Well, it's not very often that you get to rise in this place and on the passing of someone who works in this place brings all of us together. And that's what Luch has done. Ljupco, Jonceski, I didn't know that was his full name. I used to call him Luciano after Luciano Pavarotti because I wanted to be different to everybody else and call him Luch. But Luch was the kind of gentleman, and I use the term gentleman in its truest sense, that had the ability to make everybody feel as though you're the only person in the room. And when he's operating in a room as the attendant of 150 people, many of whom have probably pretty high opinions of themselves, Luch had that ability just to make everybody feel special. And it's really quite remarkable to stand here and listen to the Minister and the member for Flinders and many other speakers, whether they've been here for 5 minutes or 25 years, to listen to their stories. Because I thought I was the only one who had a really good relationship with Luch. And that was the nature of the man, that he had that kind of relationship with so many other people. I remember working very closely with Luch when I was the Speaker of the House, and listening to the current Speaker talking yesterday. He used the same jokes with me, but being the Speaker of the House of Reps is a very stressful job. Most people would have absolutely no concept of how stressful it was, and is. But Luch, every single day, was a voice of reason, of calmness, of good humour and good sense. And it was his ability to be able to lighten the mood in what can be sometimes a very difficult working environment. I will always remember Luch for that. I don't know how it came to be because, of course, we can't take photos in the House of Representatives, but somehow a photo was taken of Luch and I. We were the only ones in the chamber. The House wasn't sitting at the time. I think it was in between sitting weeks. It was after the election that we'd lost. I think it was probably the last day or the last day before I handed the baton over to the current Speaker. And it's this great photo of me on the floor of the House of Reps, and Luch is standing in the seats, looking over me, looking like he's giving me a lecture. And of course, nothing could be further from the truth. But I'll cherish that photo because Luch was a true gentleman and an inspiration to me and clearly to everybody else that he touched in this place. And I thought it was really interesting to hear the Prime Minister talk about Luch yesterday. To go from... this is a gentleman who worked in the employ and the service of our great democracy for more than 40 years, but to have worked, in fact, the longest serving employee in the Department of House of Representatives is no small feat. But to have worked down the hill at Old Parliament House, then come up here and worked as a labourer in the construction of this great, magnificent building, and then to once again to be working in this building since 1988, serving democracy, serving us all, not just the people who have the privilege of being in here, but serving the nation in the way that he did. As a former carpenter and joiner, that really struck a note with me. That's what's great about this country, that a man from Macedonian background, can come here, whether it's working as an attendant or whether it's working as a labourer on a building site, 40 years later have so many members of the House of Representatives standing up and talking about how great this man was is a testament not just to Luch, not just to his family, but to our country. Because Luch, they don't make them like Luch anymore. And that's really sad to say. But Luch was a man of what I would regard great integrity, good humour. He treated everybody the same, whether it was the Prime Minister or the newest backbencher. And the Prime Minister's, what he said yesterday was very true. He would often just bring you a glass of water and say, "That's on the house, sir." And it was a terrific sense of humour, a good man. I had the privilege of working very closely with his daughter Jess, who worked in this building. And Jess served on the Secretariat of the Parliamentary Joint Committee on Intelligence and Security, which I had the privilege of being the Deputy Chair of in the last Parliament and a bit for this. And I know that he was immensely proud of you, Jess. I told you that yesterday. I know you've gone on and gone on to perhaps bigger and better things now, but he was incredibly proud of you for the work that you're doing and have done for this country. And I just wanted to put that on the record because he and I would often talk about the great work that you did for the committee, and the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So to Luch's family, to Jess, of course, to his wife and kids, thank you for sharing Luch with the Australian people for so many years, for more than 4 decades. We are richer for having worked with Luch. The country is richer for it. Our democracy is richer for it. And I want to thank you all for sharing him with us. This place will never be the same. When I heard that he died, I couldn't believe it. Not Luch. Like, seriously? No, not Luch. He's still a young man. And I think I was a bit shell-shocked then. But his legacy will live on, and for the attendants that are here, I would encourage you to take a leaf out of his book. Use his phrase. That one's on the house, Mr. Hasty, or try and emulate that success, that spirit of Luch. I don't know what we do for him as an institution, but we should not just remember him in this sense, which is very important, but I think we should do something a little bit more as well, because I think he's a terrific example of what our democracy is all about what our country is all about, that we're a migrant country, and we should continue to celebrate that for all the riches that people bring to this country from their different cultures and faiths. But I'm probably rambling now, but Vale Luch, you were a good man, you were a great man, and thank you for your service.
Thank the member for the contribution.
Authorised by Andrew Wallace, LNP, Boccarina, Queensland.